It's Friday here at Bob's Magic Emporium. Time for another all-new The School of Magic. Classes in session every Friday on The School of Magic. Today I got one called Pencil Stab. A really great trick. This one involves one ordinary dollar bill. As you can see, it's an ordinary dollar bill. Nothing phony baloney about this bill. An ordinary pencil. And also an ordinary piece of paper. I'm using a Post-it note. So here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is take the dollar bill and I'm going to fold it just like this. And I'm going to take the Post-it note and fold it around the dollar. So we made like this little pocket thing. I'm going to take the pencil and I'm going to push it right in there. Perfect. So now I have a pencil that's going through the dollar all the way to the back. Here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go 1, 2, 3. Oops. I think I might have done something wrong there. Here, I got an idea. Let me pull this all the way through. And if I give it just a little snap, that leaves a hole right there in the piece of paper. It's hard to see. Let me show you right there. There's a little hole right there where the pencil went through. But in the dollar bill, there is no holes to be found. And that is Pencil Stab. Alright, this is a really great trick. So let me tell you how this trick works. So you use an ordinary dollar bill and you need to prep this dollar bill. Now, I would find one that looks just like this, a dollar bill. One that's a little bit old because it's going to help hide the secret to the trick even better. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to place that off to the side. So you're going to get yourself a dollar bill, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold the dollar bill, or you're actually going to rip the dollar bill. You can do this one of two different ways. You can rip it more towards the top, which I have right here. Let me put the pencil through. I have it ripped more towards the top. Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Perfect. I've got it ripped a little more towards the top here. Or you can rip it a little bit more down the dollar bill right here. So you can do one of two different things. Let me grab another piece of paper. So all you have to do to rip it is you want to fold the dollar bill long ways like this. Fold it long ways. And then you're just going to tear a little crease in the dollar bill. Or you're just going to rip it. All you have to do is just go right down just like this and tear it. That's all you got to do is tear the dollar bill. And it makes a little hole. That's why an older dollar bill works a little better because it hides that hole. And also, your finger will hide the hole too. Because the hole's right over here, as you can see. There's the hole right about there. Stick my finger there so you can see it. But there's the hole right there. And your finger will hide that hole. So, if you cut now if you're using like a Post-it note, you want to make your hole a little closer to George Washington's face. If you're using a longer piece of paper like an index card or just a regular piece of paper, then you want to you want to tear your hole a little closer down on the end, towards the end of the bill. So what you do is, we're going to use this one. So we're going to fold this up, and first of all, I start off by showing the dollar bill. I hold it like this. If the hole is closer down here, I normally hide it like this. But if it's up here, I just kind of do this. I give the dollar bill a couple turns. I pass it through my fingers just like that. That way to prove that there's nothing funny about the dollar bill. And the best thing about using an old dollar bill is you can't, like I said, you can't really see the holes on an old dollar bill, which is nice. So you're going to find your hole that you made, and you're going to fold the dollar bill over. Be careful, though, because it may do that. Notice how the dollar bill it has like a little opening there. You can kind of see there's like a hole or something there. So make sure you don't show that to the audience. But I usually put that towards myself. I'll take the Post-it note and I'll just fold the dollar bill. Or fold the Post-it note around the dollar bill just like that. So it folds around like that. And I'll just take it, and let me show you from the exposed angle. I'll take the pen and or the pencil. Pencils work the best. And I'll just push it through that hole. So it's through the hole. Notice it's through the hole, and then I'll just do that. So from underneath, you can lift this up, and you can actually show that it's going all the way through. If your hole is a little farther down because you're using a bigger piece of paper, so I use like this hole farther down, normally what I'll do for this hole is I'll normally take the dollar bill underneath the thing just like that. I'll normally put it underneath, so that when you lift up your thing, it actually looks like it's going through. Or it's the other way around. Yeah, it's the other way around. Yeah, normally if the hole's in the back like this, sometimes what I'll also do is I will put it underneath the hole like this. That's right. I'll put it underneath the hole. So that what happens is when you put it underneath and you have like a covering, you can lift up your covering and you can show that it's still going underneath. But with this one, because I'm using a Post-it note, I can fold this and I can put it straight through the hole and push it out the back. So what you do is you fold that over, your dollar bill goes inside of your pencil goes inside of your dollar bill through the hole, and it touches the back of the Post-it note. Let me get that set. I'm having a terrible time setting that. There we go. Perfect. So it's set, and all you do is a sharpened pencil works a little bit better because it's easier to push through the Post-it note. But all you do is when you're ready to make the magic happen, you just go 1, 2, 3, and you push it through. So now what people think is because they can see that the dollar bill, and it's really going into the back of the dollar bill, is that you've made a hole in the back of the bill and in the paper. So normally what I'll do is take the rest of the pencil, push it out like that, place the pencil off to the side. I'll then open everything up together like that and show that there is a hole in the piece of paper and there is no hole in the dollar bill. And normally what I'll do is I will pass it around like this, and then I'll put the dollar bill in my pocket. Now, one thing you can do is, let's say my pocket is over here. I'll have another dollar bill inside of my pocket waiting. So I'll put it in my pocket. If they say, hey, let me check the dollar bill, I'll grab another dollar bill, bring it out, and they can examine the dollar bill that doesn't have any holes in it so you can end clean. Just make sure that you have a dollar bill that looks almost identical. Like, notice these two dollar bills. This one looks a little bit newer than this one. It has a little bit more, it's less creasy and everything, so make sure that you find the same. If the dollar bill you use to do the trick, it has a lot of creases and looks really old, make sure you have another dollar bill that looks about the same. So people don't say, hey, wait a minute, that one looks a little bit newer than the other one. But that's a really great trick, though, pencil stab. I really like this one, so definitely check that out. The pencil stab trick. Yeah, and a little bit of good, exciting news. You want to watch Magic Mondays, Magical Mondays coming this Monday, because I do a really cool trick inspired by Justin Flom. So I'm not going to talk any more about that. And also, my shopping spree with Chris Ballinger will probably be this week coming up, so I'll let you guys know what I get on that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you next Friday for an all-new The School of Magic. Do you know how to mix up cards? You say, you are not cards. You are not cards. You get the two tubes, and you get a certain amount of bottles. Let me grab one of the real and usable. You're probably talking like $100 trick. So that's why. And it's a real... Their selected card will say there's the King of Diamonds, goes right on the table. And all